Hey everyone, happy Thursday. My voice is almost out, but I'm still showing up. Welcome to the 16 day, 90 days live, where I'll be talking about finances and just talking about a lot of things. Today I'm going to talk about generational wealth. Generational wealth is really important. There was a study that said that wealth is normally like gone by like the second or third generation, right? So if one member became wealthy, then that wealth is only transferred until like the third or fourth generation is like gone. And so it's really important that we do look towards the future and to know that within us are seeds of the next generation that we can pass our wealth down to. And so I wanted to provide a couple of things. And again, this is from Maximizing Your Potential by Miles Monroe. And I want to talk about why generational wealth is so important and the power of generational wealth. So one of the principles that I learned here is that the life and power to reproduce is in the seed. Thank you so much, Andre. Yes, I appreciate it. Um, the life and power to reproduce is in the seed. So a lot of people, whenever you eat fruit is really good. So you talk about apples and oranges and grapes, all of that is amazing, but how you're able to enjoy it over and over again, right? In the next generation is because the reproduction is in the seed. And so this one really hit me when it said, you rob your children when you withhold your potential. And so I've heard someone say this that sometimes some people, your kids aren't going all the way after it because they don't see you going all the way after your dreams. And so I had to think about that and say, okay, well, I have to make sure that I reach my potential. Some of us think that we're doing our children a favor when we are not going after whatever we need to go after, right? When we're not when we're not pursuing the thing that God may want us to pursue because maybe we want to play it safe. Well, our children see that and they pick that up and they ask questions sometimes. I know my children are very inquisitive, so they will ask questions. They will ask how many subscribers I have on my YouTube channel, which I'm building up. So currently, my kids have more YouTube subscribers than me, but um, we'll get that fixed. So, number three, you maximize your life for the benefit of the next generation. And so, it's really important that we live out to our fullest. Potential is not fully maximized until it reproduces itself in the next generation. There is supposed to be a level of up leveling. I mean, how would we feel if we had to start from where our great 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 grandparents started, right? I mean, if they just said, you know what, we're not going to build upon this, we're going to tear it down, and the next generation is going to have to start from the ground up. No, we grow on our shoulders of our parents and of our grandparents, right? I'm sorry. I don't want to have transportation in a horse and buggy or a horse or walking. I don't desire that. I enjoy the car. I enjoy the airplane. I enjoy the jet, whatever, right? I enjoy all of that. So that's what we have to see. Like, we know that it's going to be better for the generation in the future. Um, Potential is not fully maximized until it reproduces itself in the next generation. I just said that. Obeying God's will for your life and fulfilling his purpose is a personal decision, but not a private one, because your sphere of influence is much greater than your private world. So it's important. It's much greater than your private world. There's so much more influence that you have, more than you know, and you have a lot more than what you can carry. And so it's important we we stay in a place of um like pouring out everything we need to pouring out and receive whatever we need to receive. I want to read some scriptures as well too. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. I want to say this too. Deuteronomy 28 and 12, the Lord will open to you his good treasury, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season and to bless all the work of your hands. You shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. um, Wealth gained hastily or speed, like really fast, will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. And I can kind of, I can definitely see that, because sometimes whenever something comes to you very quick, like winning the lottery, right? Um, it easily dwindles because unless and then whenever you gather little by little, you're working for it, right? So if you're at a place in your business to where you're making 100 grand a year, right, you've learned the skills to build a business that can generate 100 grand a year. And as you grow, you're able to acquire those skills as you move along your journey. One thing that I saw too here, another scripture: precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. And so here we're looking at wealth are in a wise man's dwelling, like it dwells with him, it sticks with him, a long term, right? Another one says, the blessing of the Lord makes rich. He adds no sorrow to it. And so there shouldn't be any shame, especially if you are a child of God, to not be sorrowful or to um, have any sorrow with your riches. Um, and here's First Timothy 5 and 8. But if anyone who does not provide for his relatives and especially the members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Whoa, that's a rough one. Yeah. Um, so these are some of the scriptures that like that talk about wealth, that talk about um that talk about how wealth and wisdom definitely go together. And so and application is very important to wisdom as well too. So I'm going to go ahead and I appreciate everyone on here, but that's what I have. Real short, just wanted to share that. And I'm going to go rest my voice. And so I have I'm speaking in Atlanta at the Home Carepreneur Conference, the best conference for home care agency owners. They have sold out. It's going to be in Atlanta. So I'm going to definitely rest my voice. And yeah, so I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a blessed one and good night. God bless.